Sometimes when you're on the back, you're working your attacks and your partner is able to escape and put their back on the floor. Scrambling up to the top is sometimes not an option, so a good alternative is for us to go in and start to look to attack the legs and control the legs and then move our way into other attacks from there. So we're going to look at one version of that. Okay, so Sensei's going to be in front here. We're here. We've got our position, back, head, and arm. Feet are here on the inside position, and we've got someone who knows what they're doing, and they're able to get a grip on the wrist, pommel, bring their head to the outside like this, and start the action of putting their back on the floor. So we've got a problem here because even if we cross our feet, that doesn't really hold our partner in place, especially now that his two shoulders are free. He can start to look to drop his shoulders, turn up, and end up back in the guard. So when we see someone beginning to escape, right, as they start to put their back on the floor, one alternative is for us to take our foot out and to use the outside hook, the opposite hook, to control our partner's leg. So we're going to use that to lift, and even as he goes to pass into this position, we can use our left leg here to lift our partner's leg. Now we're going to take our second leg and we're going to bring it through underneath so that our heel joins to, our heel and our knee join. We're going to control our partner's hip. It's advisable to start to look to try to control the head, but sometimes your partner moves out of the way. So when this happens, we focus on shooting our bottom leg through to become a longer hook. Now we're going to lock a figure of 4 or ankles. So ankles is here, figure 4 is here, but we want to be able to gain a grip on our partner's ankle up here so that we have this scorpion lock on our partner's leg on the far side. Now you have a number of different good options. When your partner goes to continue their escape, you're able to hold their leg in place and keep your hip glued to their hip. You have the option of coming back in and starting to attack your partner's back again. Okay, another good option from there, as you're continuing to control, is to gather up your partner's near leg. We like to wrap, going the inside arm around our partner's leg and gripping either wrist to wrist or 10-finger grip, depending how big your partner's leg is. From here, we have the extension, the banana split, the hip lock as we extend and finish our partner here. The key detail for us when we hit this scorpion and this cross-body ride is to make sure that our partner's hip is resting on our hip. So if in the course of our partner's escape, as he goes out here, if we are not able to keep our partner's hip here over our hips, so just rotate me quickly here. So if his hips are not able to stay over my hips and instead his hips drop to the ground, I'm not going to be able to use this scorpion effectively to move around and control his back. I have to make sure that his hips are resting high on my hips to be able to do that. And then from here, we have options to dig underneath and return our partner back. Or if they're too far gone, to control our partner's leg, extending it, reaching and gathering, and now from here we have the hip split. So this is a really good way of managing a very common escape where the pump handle works for the person on the front, they move out, put their back on the floor, and before you know it, they're gone. If you can't control the upper body, we like to go downstairs to the lower body, and this is a good way of doing that. So hopefully this is helpful for everybody. Awesome. And thanks for watching.